day.
Patrick Mahomes.
And I thought it was a really nice.
Right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects.
It'll be a gain of 5. And bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Well, he tries to force it in. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
If you ask every box with this guy, he's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week: 14 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And that score solidified his standing at the top of the touchdown chart. And right now, he's looking to finish this season strong with a few more.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of...
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. They'll send a receiver in motion left. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And across the chalk, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the 49ers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Mahomes going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. Well, this defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded at the 27. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3 and out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. They go play action here. Purdy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And Kittle going to have a 49ers 1st down as he'll get this down to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 33 and a 1st. I thought he had the angle along that sideline. Didn't quite get there, though.
Didn't quite get there, but they did keep him from getting into the end zone. Now when you look down and line up on defense, you see the goal line.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners take a 3-touchdown lead. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 21-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Mahomes now to throw. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Short throw. He's got Kraft. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. A final shot before break. Purdy. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On third down, here's Purdy. And he lost the football. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 11 more on that one and another first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Here's Purdy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Dobbins. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Mahomes. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. Mahomes firing complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. This whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Tony. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now Purdy. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
Yeah, he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw off the play action. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
Purdy will look to throw again here. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Purdy will set up to throw it here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Moody for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there for the Niners. 54 yards. And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now. Purdy off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Play action. Now Purdy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Mahomes now on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final try from Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got